Hello and welcome to another video. This is just going to be a pretty general update. I'll try and keep it quite quick. There's nothing in particular to show. It's more just as I said, a general bit of waffle, a bit of what have I been up to. So what have I been up to? I mean, last video was the final video for my ME109, which seems to have gone down very well. So first of all, a big thanks to anybody who commented on that video, who liked it or whatever. It's made me feel good. It made me feel like I have to admit I wasn't particularly pleased with the final result. I think there's some bits of it could be done a little better. There's some bits in the paint job were a little bit rough, but you know, it was more just because it was a nice little kit. It was a kit, don't get me wrong, it was a nice kit to build. And generally I think I've done quite well on it, considering there's quite a few different colours on it. For this one, I did actually tape off the camo because it has angular camo on it rather than the kind of Spitfire and stuff, which has this much more natural camo, which I've been freehanding, although I tend to get a bit of overspray because my airbrush is not great. It does allow me to have that kind of soft edge camo without too much trouble. So anyway, so that was that. Over Easter I was away. I was away for 4 days. I went down south, which to anybody who's not in the UK and can't tell, I live up in Scotland, so down south is England pretty much. So I was actually right down the southwest of England. I was down at a military training area on Salisbury Plain called Cope Hill Down, which is a purpose-built village for kind of urban warfare training. And I was down there playing airsoft for the weekend with a bunch of friends from the Midlands. I had a cracking time. It was freezing cold, but the sun was out, and you know, a good time was had. So I was away doing that. I'm back at work this week and things. So yeah, kind of trying to get back into the swing of things. I haven't sat down at the modelling desk since before I finished that ME109. Really, I did a little bit. As you can see in front of you, while you're currently just listening to me droning on, there is a plane sitting there. So I've done a bit of work, but not huge amounts. So anyway, apart from that, what have I been doing model-wise? Well, as you can see in front of you, there is a plane. I don't know if I showed you this, I geeked out and I joined the Airfix Club. And this year the club kit is this Under the Red Star kit, and I think it was Hobby Modeler did a look at it. He got it as well. So we get a Supermarine Spitfire Mark V, Hurricane 2 and a P-40B Warhawk, all in Russian schemes, which was quite cool. They were part of the Lend-Lease program. Unfortunately, as Hobby Mulder said, this kit is the old tool Mark V. They don't seem to have a new one quite yet, and frankly it's really awful. I think it fits okay and stuff. It's just really undetailed. It's very, very basic, and it's got that's actually the same kit that I made my first Spitfire of. However, I made it a little better by using aftermarket on it, which frankly I'm not going to bother with this time. I think this one I'll just build up. I'll see what I can do to kind of make the cockpit look a bit different, but I think this one will have the canopy closed, and I might even put it in a flying position to help hide the fact that the wheels have absolutely no tread pattern on them. They just look really crap, frankly. So it'll probably be all buttoned up, and I'll maybe try and make a wee kind of flying stand for it. The Hurricane is a slightly newer tooling, so it's got recessed panel lines and stuff, but still there's no cockpit sidewall detail and things from what I remember and things. So it's still very basic, although it is a slightly newer tooling, so it's slightly better. The Warhawk though is their new tooling, and frankly it's, again, you know, it's a very basic model, don't get me wrong, but it's very basic. It's a new tool, so as we can have a look, there's recessed panel lines, the cockpit was well detailed, and generally it's pretty well detailed. It went together well. So what have we got? The scheme is this one here, so it's this kind of brown and green, and it's going to be over painted white. So what I'm going to do is paint the base camouflage colour, and then I'm going to try the hairspray technique actually, which I've never tried before. So I'll spray that up with hairspray, and then I'll spray white over it, and chip it back, and hopefully get that whitewash look, which I think is quite cool. Quite like that. It looks a bit better than this plain green and brown. The underside is white. So what I've done is I don't know if you can see the colours for a while, but it's done brown, and I've started putting the green on. Although that's Vallejo Russian green, I'm not convinced with it. So I think I'm going to change to reflective green, which is a slightly brighter green, and stick that on top and see if that helps it. There's not enough contrast, I don't think, between the two there, especially if you then go and stick white over the top. Obviously it's got wheels out. The canopy's going to be closed on it because it comes as a single. It's here somewhere. It comes as a single. Hold on a second. Whoops. Sorry. It comes as a single bit, and really I don't want to cut it apart, frankly. So it'll be on there. So yeah, the underside is painted. That's liquid masked by my thumb there to shield that, so that'll come off. So that's that. So I think that's going to be this evening's job, is to respray those green bits, reflective green. Have a go at that. That's about it, really. After this one's done, I don't know what I'll do. That Lynx is still sitting up there. It was my girlfriend's birthday, by the way, hence the birthday girl banner. That Lynx is still needing finished. So I've got that to work on. The Mosquito needs finished, the Seafire needs finished, the Harrier needs finished. So I might try and go back to one of them and get a kit or two finished. If not, then I'll start something else. I may have also made a little purchase today. So there is a Trumpeter 135 AS90 self-propelled gun on its way to me. It'll be the first big armour I've ever done, but frankly I love that thing. It is a cracking looking bit of kit, and so I had to have one. So I got that. I also got the Edward photo etch set for it. There are two sets for it. One is to create the kind of mesh storage rack that goes on the top of the turret. One does come in the kit, and the kit actually does include some nylon mesh which you cut to scale, so frankly that'll do for me, I think, on that, because at least it's included in the kit, and it's one less thing to have to buy. The Edward set, the other set was not far off the price of the kit, frankly, but I've seen photos of the kit with all the Edward stuff on it, and it makes it look so much better. So that's that, and then also I bought I think it's RB models or something, aluminium turned barrel, so it'll have a metal barrel, which apparently is much more accurate. I'm not, as Lenny from Model Pro would say, I'm not a rivet counter. So, but apparently the kit version is too long. The barrel's a bit long or something. So, and it's in two halves, which means you'll have to file down the seam in the middle, and the rubber recoil cover the ribbing is not sagged as it is in real life, which again, it's a minor detail, but actually when you see it on a real one compared, that's what would really set it apart from a scale model of the real one and just a model of it. So this turn barrel set comes with a resin, it comes with a brass muzzle brake and some extra brass details, the turn barrel which is rifled on the inside, and it comes with the resin sleeve which has got the sag built in, and I mean, I'm not a rivet counter, but as a detail piece it looked so good that I just had to have that. So so it'll have some detail on it, so and I think I might try and paint it up in possibly optelic colours, because I think the kind of sand colour will weather and dirty up a lot better than the kind of green and black scheme that it would be if it's in a European theatre. So that should look pretty good. So this is almost 10 minutes. I'm going to stop waffling now because it has been nothing but waffle, but it's a bit of an update, lets you know what I've been doing, shows that I have been doing something. Maybe I'll stick a wee video up later or film something for the next couple of days if I make any decent progress on this evening. And yeah, thanks for listening to my waffle, and until the next time, cheers very much. Bye.